Welcome to this episode of One Drink, Three Bars. Or tonight, I should say, One Drink, Three YouTube Bartenders. Gnome's Tavern of New Orleans, Louisiana, Angry Aussie of Melbourne, Australia, and myself are all going to show you our version of the martini. What do you think of when you think of a martini? Personally, I think of ice-cold gin, dry vermouth, orange bitters, and a lemon twist or a couple olives. Some people think of anything in a pointy glass. Let me know what your favorite martini is in the comments below. Hang on, I think I have a customer coming in. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the basement. What can I get for you?
I'll have a vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
And don't come at me with that James Bond bullshit. If you go to a bartender saying something about shaken, not stirred, well, they should throw you out, or at the very least, spit in your drink.
Sir, we typically make our martinis with gin here because it has a far superior flavor profile.
Just give me whatever's free.
Sir, you live here. Everything's free. I'll get your drink. So I'm going to make it with 2 ounces of gin, half an ounce of dry vermouth, and a few dashes of orange bitters.
I ain't got all day. This is why I wanted it shaken.
Well, sir, while shaking may chill the drink faster and it's completely acceptable, stirring actually gives the drink a much silkier mouthfeel.
Please don't say mouthfeel.
And I like to do things right. And I'm going to garnish it with a lemon twist. Here you go, sir. Enjoy.
Is that all of it?
Yes, it's typically served in a smaller glass. It's very important that it stays ice cold the entire time you're enjoying it.
Whatever. Alright, it's pretty good. Almost as good as Gnome's Tavern.
I walk the lonely road, the only road that I have ever known. I don't know where it goes, but I walk alone. I'm the French Martini. Am I really French? Not really. Am I really a martini? Or am I just Kettle One's excuse to sell more Kettle One? This I leave for the world to decide.
Welcome to Gnome's Tavern, and I've been invited by Bonnie to be on One Drink, Three Bars, and we're excited to make a martini, except this drink is only really martini by name. It's called the French Martini, and the only thing it really has in common with a martini is sometimes martinis are made with vodka, and this one's made with vodka. And the only thing it really has in common with France is it uses a liqueur that's typically made in France, so yeah, sure, I guess it's a martini. But, you know, here at Gnome's Tavern, we break the rules sometime. So let's shake up this drink. So we're going to do 1.5 ounces of your favorite vodka. I'm using this blood orange vodka because I've been having a lot of fun using it and I want to drink more of it. So we're going to use it in this cocktail. And then we're going to use black raspberry liqueur. Now, this is typically not the liqueur you would use, but this one seemed delicious, and I bought it. So we're using it. Bam! Right here, 3/4 of an ounce of the black raspberry liqueur. And then 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice. Why pineapple juice? I have no clue, but we're going to use 3/4 of an ounce of expensive Whole Foods pineapple juice. Now we're going to shake it up and pour it out. Alright, now we're going to put it in our favorite coupe glass. You could use a martini glass, but I'm not a fan of those. So we're going to use a nice coupe glass. And you can double strain it, but I'm going to single strain it because I want a little foam on top. And it's going to come out to this like nice purplish drink. Wow. And this is the French Martini. Well, let's give it a try. It smells delicious. Wow. Kabow! That tastes more like a tiki drink than a martini. It's explosive with flavors. I mean, I'm getting the black raspberry is obviously the dominating flavor with some of the pineapple and then the nice blood orange. If you want to say martini in a bar, but you do not want a martini, this is probably the drink for you. It's fruity, it's sweet, and I think you're gonna have a great time. And remember, always, tip that bartender. Cheers.
G'day there, I'm here to bring you the view of martinis from down under. It's kind of like that. Get it? Down under the martini glass. Oh well. Actually, martinis here are just martinis, same as anywhere. Now, for me, to be a martini and not just something in a martini glass, it's gin, vermouth, maybe some orange bitters, maybe some brine if you're feeling a bit dirty. But if it's all those other things, look, most of the time I won't judge, I won't hassle someone over what they like. But when it comes to martinis, don't ask me questions you don't want the answer to. Namely, because if you ask if I'm judging what you do in a martini, I probably am. The ratios of vermouth to gin, wide open. I am on the dry end of the spectrum. Some people like it nice and wet. Some people will even do reverse martinis, and that's fine if that's your thing. Hey, I've got no problem if you want to try it with sweet vermouth. It's, vermouth and it's gin, and that's a fine drink. The regent of drinks, in my opinion. Besides the gin and vermouth, for me, the one big thing is cold. A martini's got to be really cold. You want to stir it on ice for at least 25 to 30 seconds. And don't come at me with that James Bond bullshit. If you go to a bartender saying something about shaken, not stirred, well, they should throw you out, or at the very least, spit in your drink. With that in mind, we're going to put some ice from the ice bucket in our martini glass to chill it while we prepare the martini. As I said, I like my martinis dry, so my ratio in my mixing glass is usually going to be at least 5 parts gin to 1 part of the vermouth. And it's good to have a few different gins to choose from just to keep things interesting. I tend to prefer a dry gin in my martini, but I will mix it up from time to time. I'm going to use this one from the Australian distiller Archie Rose, they call Bone Dry. I'm going to put 2.5 ounces, and what does that work out at? 75 mils into my mixing glass. Then I'm going to add just half an ounce or 15 mils of dry vermouth. Then we want to put the ice in our mixing glass. Hell, maybe even a bit more. We want a lot of ice. Like I said, want cold. Then we're going to stir that for a good 25-30 seconds. Then we strain that into our martini glass. That might look a bit mean, but trust me, it's just a really big martini glass. And my preferred garnish is just a twist of lemon peel. Squeeze it over the top, get those lemon oils in there, and I just drop it right in. And there we have a classic dry martini. It's cold, it's bracing, it's boozy. I love it. Can't go past a martini.
Thanks, Andrew. That martini sounded so good. I just made my own. I used engine this time, and I used a little less vermouth than before. Perfect. I think it's even better than the one I made. Gnome showed us a less traditional martini, which Jimmy likes better than the regular one.
It's good. It tastes more like a tiki drink than a martini, but I like it because I'm not really into martinis, so there you go.
So I think this is a perfect sampling of different ideas of martinis. A real martini, and something that might just be a martini in name, but it's still a good drink. I'd like to thank both Angry Aussie and Gnome's Tavern for sharing their martini recipes with us.
Both of them have YouTube channels that you should subscribe to.
Thank you for watching this episode of One Drink, 3 YouTube Bartenders. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.